Good evening and a very warm welcome to everyone present here. Today's session will help you to understand how the dynamic spaces and comfortable workspace always push the workers to accomplish their goal, work harder and enthusiastically. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our today's speaker, Architect Tapasya Das. Architect Tapasya Das, after completing her post-graduation, she has gained experience in construction development and commercial premises related activity by working with Soba Limited, an Indian multinational real estate developer. She has also worked with brigade groups and handled residential and hospitality and institutional projects like Brigade Gateway, clubs, resorts, and Brigade Metro colleges. And she has managed a mixed portfolio of office, retail, and residential spaces. Her progressive her progressive design thinking, leadership, and strategic planning has been a key for successful completion of many development across the India. She constantly researches and innovates sustainable solution in design to provide a unique experience to the users. Presently, she is working as an independent consultant. So, before we start the session, we have two important announcements. To have uninterrupted session, all the delegates and the participants are requested to drop the question and queries in QA box given below. And there will be a pooling session during the presentation today. So all the delegates and the participants are requested to answer the question within the scheduled time. So I would now request Architect Tapasya Das to take over the session.
Thank you, Jyoti, for a wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. I hope all of you are safe and doing really good. Okay, so just to give a brief background about myself, I have worked with the companies like Godrej, Brigade Group, Shoba Developers, and I have handled a mixed portfolio of office spaces, residential, retail, hospitality projects, industrial projects. So, and I have their detail blog, and there is a place called Brigade Metropolis also at field. So I hope the internet is stable, Jyoti. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. So, I have worked for multiple office projects. I have with Shoba Developers. I have got an opportunity to work with Infosys, like all across India. I was a design head in Shoba Interiors, taking care of Infosys projects, and I got a chance to work with Mr. Narayan Murthy also, who was a pioneer in IT field, and he has given me a lot of ideas about how to take the designs in office spaces forward. So with this, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share my presentation. Okay, so today's topic is the dynamics of interior design and the future of office space. Okay, so like what I thought, I will make the presentation very brief, and I would like to make a very interactive kind of session. So what I thought, I'll just introduce what exactly interior design is and what will be the for interior designer and what are the elements we can think of when we think of interior design, and what are the design elements for a futuristic office space. So I have, with my kind of experience, I have done some research, and I have consolidated 25 points, which I thought I would share with you people, and I would understand from your point of view also. So I mean, when we think about office space, we have to think in terms of like how the millennials or Zen people, they can use those office spaces. And I have done some case studies for you to be glued to the presentation. So these are going to be really interesting, and some material palette I have created. Okay, so what exactly is interior design? Interior design is the art and science of enhancing the interior of a building to achieve a healthier and more aesthetically pleasing environment for the people using the space. So do you think interior design is something which is only about colors, just some carpentry work, or, okay, a carpenter also can design a space. It's not like that. Interior design, it's a art, where you have to do a lot of research, you have to coordinate and manage projects where you can give your inputs. And interior design is a multifaceted profession that includes conceptual development, space planning, site inspections, programming, research, communicating with the stakeholders of a project, construction management, and the execution of the design. So you have, when you interact with a client, you have to know everything. For example, if a client is going to give you a space, so you should have your checklist. What are the inputs from the clients? What exactly is the requirement from the client side? I'm going to run you through one case study where I have designed one office space, and what all inputs I have taken from the client, and how I was able to achieve it as per client satisfaction. So what are the elements of interior design? There are a couple of elements when we have to consider when we start doing the interior design part. So first thing is going to be the space. So you have a empty space. It's like empty canvas, and you know how to make it creative. And what is the difference between interior decorator and interior designer? Interior designer knows, that comes with the educational background. So interior designer knows what kind of, you know the structure, you know the PHE requirement, you know what is the HVAC system, along with the color combination and other accessories. So this space, when we get empty space or empty canvas, it acts as a foundation on which the entire interior design plan is built. And the second point is going to be the line. So if, for example, if I have a rectangular space, I have to see like what kind of lines and what kind of things I can use there. So from the line, actually, I come up with a form. Now we are spoiled for choice with respect to the material, and we can use any kind of forms. We can create our own forms. We can customize it. We can make it in 3D, and we can give it to the vendors to create it. And after the form, we have light. So we can play with different kind of light. First of all, we should always encourage to have natural light. Just in case in a space, if I don't have a natural light, I should create artificial light in such a way that the space looks really good. It looks very cozy. It looks aesthetically appealing. And at the same time, it is serving the purpose of the space. So we have, color is a very important factor in interiors. So we can play with colors, but then it has to match with the theme of the particular office. So when we have a corporate office, and when we have an office which develops a website, or, a software company, which like, for example, Instagram, or we have an office of Microsoft. So the concept has to be different. Instagram, we can use a lot of colors, we can have a lot of funky colors, we can use different bright tones, so that people they are attracted to that. And for example, Microsoft or Google Office, we can have something like a very corporate theme, we can have little subtle kind of colors. So this is what is like my thought. Then we have a lot of textures. Why we use textures? Textures we use to add depth, and which gives a lot of interest. So texture, like we can have visual texture, we can have tactile texture. So we can use a lot of interesting forms to create, we can use the textures in different kind of forms. Then we have a lot of patterns. Nowadays, like you can even customize the lights also. So I give a kind of theme which matches with my interiors, and the vendor is already ready with the kind of concept I need. Okay, now I request Senthil to go for 5 questions. First 5 questions. Okay, these are all very basic questions, but then I wanted all of you to be interactive. So because of that, I have just put it here. So what does a reflected ceiling plan include? So where a design firm has a project that their company has designed, who is responsible for the scheduling of the construction? Okay, the first question, the answer is going to be schedule of the fixtures for ceiling. That is going to be the answer for what does reflected ceiling plan include. Then second question, when a design firm has a project that their company has designed, who is responsible for that scheduling of the construction, the contractor, however the design firm able to estimate the time for the entire project. So what is the meaning of light layering? Okay, the answer is going to be the fourth one, using the 4 functions of lighting, task, ambient, accent, and decorative together in other to have a cohesive design. That is what is called light layering. Then we go to the fourth one. The concert hall was having problems with the level of reverberation, which best describes reverberation. So the answer is second one, the prolongation of sound as it is repeatedly bouncing off hard surfaces. Okay, most of you have done pretty well. And okay, the fifth one, Dave is always getting a sore neck and his wrist is sore after his working on his computer all day long. He wants to make sure the ergonomics are correct when the remodeling takes place. What is ergonomics concerned with? It's concerned with designing to meet the needs of body mechanics. Okay, perfect. I think we are on the track. So I'm going to stop sharing this. Okay, thank you all of you for your time for the question and answer session. Okay, so I have created some points through my research and some case studies. And so I'm going to take all of you through all these points. So here we are having a look at how the offices are combining fun, creativity, and well-being into workplace design. The next generation workplace where culture and technology meet for employee productivity and experience. It is not only that, like I have to go to the office only to do my work. I should have that interest. When I get up in the morning, I should feel like going to the office. It should not be like, oh, again, I have to go and, it's from 9 to 5, I have to sit there. So that office should interest me. So what kind of feature the office is giving me to retain me? So those kind of things as architects and designers, we have to think. So the spaces to take the qualities of fun, flexibility, innovation, and creativity, and which has to be embedded into their workplace design to create supportive spaces that encourage employee innovation, organizational productivity, talent retention, and generate profit growth. So it is not that ordinary old fashioned kind of office where I just have to sit in one 4 feet by 2 feet workstation and, my next colleague will be talking on the phone and I'll be getting disturbed and I'll be saying, okay, I should go somewhere. So it should not be like that. Nowadays, those offices are gone. So the artful design to offer distinct environments is suited to specific style of work. For example, if an IT office has a different kind of scenario as compared to a finance office, or for example, office which is involved in biological work, a biological lab, those kind of spaces. So it has to embrace the very best of the city. So it has to speak the language of the place where the office is built in. It should not be out of the place, where this like I'm designing an office and outside it is not even matching the neighborhood. And the kind of view when I see from the office window, it has to be really great. Otherwise, I'll get bored when I do only the work. And when I'm going to office, there it should be like a thing to talk about. Everyone is talking about, oh wow, you go to that kind of office. So, and why all these things are required? Because it inspires talent with brightest ideas. So large efficient floor plates and bespoke interiors that lead to spacious outdoor decks. So these kind of things I would like, these are my dream office space designs. So it attracts the best and the brightest people to work for. You are given 2 choices. One, to go and sit in one particular office which is very boring, which has got very monotonous kind of color combination, like there is no like inspiring design in that office. There is no wallpaper theme, there is nothing. And you have a very interesting office which is I'm going to take you to a couple of slides which I have downloaded, and where you can see, okay, no, I would like to go to this kind of office only. So then the next point comes, evolve your workspace. flexible workspaces with high ceilings and open windows for an abundance of fresh air. So I would need such kind of things in my office. So which helps me to stretch, grow, and evolve in some of the most, and which has to be like, which should welcome natural light. So first thing what I thought out of my 25 points is we should follow golden ratio in architecture in all our designs. So what is golden ratio in architecture? You would have studied in your class 10th, golden ratio in architecture. All of you remember? So it is like there is a proportion called 1:1.618. So what is that proportion? That proportion is nothing, but I will give you one small example. You take one workstation, work table. So what is the standard dimension of the work table in that particular ratio? It has to be, so what is 1 and what is 1.618? It is length and breadth. For example, 1.618 is the length and 1 is the breadth. So when you calculate 2 and when you multiply it, when you calculate that ratio, you will get 2 by 3.5. So that is actually like a perfect space for you to sit and work. And the balance area, when we consider 2 feet by 4 feet workstation, the balance area is going to be your storage drawer. So this is one small example I have just given, but it is applicable to all your proportions in any of the interior space. Interior space, it includes your floor, ceiling, wall, everything. And it has to match with the architecture also. So the second point which I'm going to cover is smart and sustainable. My design has to be really smart and it has to be sustainable. So what exactly sustainable is? So it has to have a very healthy space that provides sense of well-being and inspired productivity. And nowadays there are a lot of ratings. You would have heard there are green building ratings. There is LED rating. So it has the best standard is platinum standard, and the carbon emission has to be zero. And it has to have solar shading. It has to have high efficiency heating and cooling systems with in your air conditioning. And you have to have demand control ventilation, and there has to be stormwater management and treatment for non-potable use, zero waste management plan. And I'll just give you one example. One architect, they designed one office space, and what they did, they gave completely very nice AC system. They have done very good lighting. They have used, they have got the material from Spain, Switzerland, and they have used everything. And the cost of the building was also very good, and everyone appreciated. You know what happened? So when the client, after the building was ready, when the client went from one room to the other room, he couldn't control the AC. The client was very upset. So those kind of things, as an architect, we have to think of, okay, there has to be like, it has to be controllable. I shouldn't be, misusing my power of being an architect. So I should be thinking in terms of client's point of view. If the client is not asking also, I should do my homework. I should know, okay, if the client is not using one space, how I should be efficiently, I should be managing that space. How there should not be wastage of energy. So these things comes in smart and sustainable. Then, okay, the third point I thought, so when I enter my office, it should have some nice fashion statement. It should give that click, okay, wow, I should have some, I shouldn't go out of my office to go for a shopping space, or, if I have to buy something, some gifts, gift items or something like that. So there has to be some space in my office area where I should be having a place where I can go and spend my time. So that is what I have called it as introduce a fashion statement at workspace. So it could be retail, it could be a nice curated dining space. So where, I don't have to think, okay, what I have to, like, after 5 o'clock, immediately I have to go. That too in this kind of traffic. Okay, the fourth point is at grade arrival. So when I enter my office, so these kind of things actually it has to be coordinated with the architecture, like architect and the interior designer and the structural consultant. So I should have a at grade arrival. So when I'm entering an office, there has to be a sense of arrival. It should not be like, okay, inside the interior is very good, but when I'm entering, okay, there is no sense of arrival. It is very, very monotonous. So those kind of things also we have to give inputs. And of course, these kind of things, I'm going to take it forward in my other slides. Okay, this at-grade experience connects the site to nature with an organically integrated. We can have some pocket parks, we can have some cultural connections, we can have some artwork where it could be speaking about the theme of the building, at the same time, about the neighborhood, about the local culture, connect. So these are all and when see, then the next point is future forward office space. What exactly future forward office space is? The office spaces are supposed to be future forward if it is ahead of time, and which has to be dynamic. So when I saw my topic, today's topic, dynamics of interior, so I was very happy actually. I was talking to Ganesh Babu sir, and the topic was really good. So that is, it has to be really, see, for example, if I'm going to the building, and people should say, oh, this you thought that time, I thought it is done recently. It should be like, so that is what is called future forward office environment. We should think how the office will look like 10 years from now, or 15 years from now. It should not become old. It should be still new. It should be like that. So it should set a new standard for architectural excellence. So we should have lush outdoor terraces throughout. And like I said, we can have very nice landscaped areas where we can have some waterfalls, pocket parks where people should go and, relax. And they can take their laptop and they can work there also. So nowadays Wi-Fi is connected everywhere. So we can use those kind of ambience in our office designs. And again, every time I mention, it has to be intelligently integrated with the city, which has to create world-class design. So when we take some office space, we do some case study or some research from some space which is outside India. We do, which is there in New York or London. We should have, here also we should have some office. You people should design where we can have something like people should talk about. It should be futuristic. And it should have the world-class standard. So why not having cycles at desk? So why, I mean, such kind of office, I mean, do you think you will get bored anytime? Okay, if I want to have some workout or something like that, I can use, see here you have your desk also, you can use your laptop, you can do cycling. So why all these things? So all these, like the conventional offices are gone. Now we have to add fitness to our work schedule. So active employees tend to be more productive as exercise increases blood flow to the brain and making them energetic and alert. So we should always think of making ourselves happy. Then we can make the company happy. And I got one requirement from one client. So where I was designing the workstation desk only at 900 height. So the client said, no, we get bored when we sit every day, every time. So from 9 to 6, sometimes it goes beyond that. So why don't you make some space where we have some standing desk where we can stand and discuss with the other colleague. So standing desk. So nowadays in many IT companies, they have one space where we create standing desks. They talk. So there, like they provide a TV, and like they can project their screen also. And if you want privacy, we give those kind of things also. So that is that is how the standing desk, and it is like properly controlled. There will be like wires, cabling, everything is done properly. Everything would be neat. Just imagine you sitting next to a colleague who is talking on the phone every time, or you're in a marketing department marketing a design department. So, and there you are talking to a consultant and the other person is talking to a customer. So for those kind of situations, what now they have invented telephone booths. So here you can go and you can talk, you can talk to your customer, or you can talk to your consultant. So this area is completely acoustical, so that the other person can't hear. So there is a little shelf also. So this is a small kind of telephone booth, but there are some areas where you can get inside and you can talk on phone. You can take your laptop. You can have a small meeting if you want to have it alone with a consultant. Just imagine going to this kind of offices where you have a small music booth. So now music is it's like as per science, it is very healing. So nowadays, like even there is a place called the Collective. You can see that, and so there what they have done is they have music booths, and so when the employee is getting bored or something like that, you can go and you can play. For example, in complete office, you might have a single tone where everybody will be listening to one music, but then if you want to have some different kind of customization or something like that to elevate your mood, so all these things are done to retain employees, so that employees are happy, company is happy, so it increases the profitability of the company also. So the employers, they have recognized the need for a more dynamic and creative workspace for employees to feel at ease and motivated. So when you have a like small music area or some theme kind of thing, so you feel very motivated, and like you feel very happy about it. And so there is, if you have lot of space in your greenery and all, so you can create a small space where maybe a conference room or maybe some interaction room, a collaborative area where you can discuss amidst the green space. So it is going to be really interesting. And look at this. So this is the office space, and here they have this kind of game. So why not having fun at work? So when we are giving so much to our employers, when we get motivated, automatically the work comes out 100% or maybe more than that. So such kind of spaces where I have some kind of relaxation time, and see this kind of seating area. So it gives me a sense of responsibility and belongingness, that this is my office. I would like to go to my office and I would like to work so much because my employer has given me so much. My employer is making me happy every time. And a little luxury, different kind of chairs, little informal, which is combined with like formal kind of seating. And you have nice boards so that you can discuss here. And look at this kind of seating. So this kind of seating, actually, it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can hang a hammock from top, and you can have step seating. You can have a display also here, so that in case there is a presentation from the client or from some other department, you can use this complete space. And if you want to work alone, you can take your laptop and you can sit here, and you can create a small pantry so that if you feel like grab a cup of coffee and sit there and work, and there is no one to disturb you, you are doing your work at the same time. So why these smarter workspaces? They have created a sense of revolution, actually. A smart building creates bold new opportunities for productivity and innovation, attracting and inspiring the best talent and reducing costs. Smart and connected buildings enable more targeted lighting, pinpoint thermal control, enhanced security, and highly efficient elevator service. You don't have to wait for the, like you don't have to wait in queue for the one elevator to come and so that you can go to the top floors. So you need a bigger ceiling height, floor to ceiling windows, and an elevated site, plenty of natural light, and the view from space, it has to be breathtaking. In case you don't have, you have to create something within that. So there are sometimes we are constrained with whatever space we have, but then we have to work around those kind of constraints, those kind of space, and we have to see how we can design to make it very unique. Okay. So now my sixth point is going to be space for every vision. So when I design office, I don't know who the tenant is going to be. So I have to create a floor plate along with the building architect so that it fits every business. It should not be only for, okay, one IT company. It should, cater to a finance company. It should cater to one real estate company. So those kind of floor plates I should create. I should be flexible in that. So it has to suit for varied office formats. So a central core design which allows, if you have a central core, the outside area, whatever we have for the workstation or the cabins, it will have a very good view. So core means where we have the staircase, lift, so that is called core. Where we have the service lift, so we can have the central core. So I mean, depending on the client requirement and depending on the kind of design we do, the course will vary. Not necessarily like you might end up in central core, but just in case central core, you have like other areas you can utilize for very nice views. Then of course, like oversized ceiling heights provide plenty of natural light, and try to get as much as natural light possible. Don't ever obstruct any natural light. I mean, to whatever, because we are getting natural light free. And every space to have its own vision and its own strength. Okay, so in an office, I would like to have an easy access to my fitness area. For example, like if someone is coming on a cycle or some bike, they have to have cycle lockers. There has to be shower areas, towel facilities for the employees, so that they feel happy that okay, like my requirement is being taken care of by the employer. So, so, so in this way, we are making health and hygiene as a fashion statement. And it has to have an aspirational environment where, like I said, we should have some little shopping zones. So a couple of points are actually like merging, because it has to have some kind of relationship with these areas. And any design, it should have strong corporate value. So we can have a nice feature wall facade, which could have the story of the office space, or the kind of design I have created. It should not be like, okay, just like that I have created this design. It should have some kind of story. It should have some kind of theme. So that is what is called a strong corporate value. Because you would have seen in all the companies logo, below that they would write their statement. So we should take that story and we can put it in our design theme. So for example, this is a Lego office in London. By the way, Lego block, when we were kids, we were using Lego block. That also follows golden ratio of architecture. If you see that proportion, it follows the same concept. So here what they have done is, the company founder Ole Kirk, this was his only the best is good enough. So he has created that kind of thing on his facade. So this is the company's mission statement. And in the reverse direction, the company's mission statement displays inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow. And they have used one by one Lego bricks for creating that concept. Nowadays, like all the job formats, it needs collaboration, it needs a lot of discussion with different departments, with consultants, with clients. So we can create some seating pockets along with some dead space under the staircase, or some space we can create it knowingly so for collaboration. So those could be called as seating pockets. And we can have nice blackboards where we can put in schools we used to put thought for the day or whatever, but here for offices we can advertise, we can put okay, this is what this person has achieved, this is what the company has achieved, this department has achieved, so that everyone is getting motivated and everyone knows about each other. So we can make flexible work zones for different kind of tasks. Of course, like marketing will have different kind of work zones, and sales, finance people, they will have different kind of thing. Customer care people, they will have different kind of thing. So we can create different kind of, so those could be flexible work zones. So just look at this kind of seating. And like I said earlier in my presentation, whatever design we do, it has to have influence of the place where it is located. So it can't be something which is not at all matching with with any of the things in the neighborhood or in that city, in that locality. And we should always encourage to use local material, so that we can encourage our local craftsmen. And we have plenty of local material. So this is not only about India, not necessarily you're going to practice in India. So wherever you go, wherever you practice, you can try to use local material. And when you see the green building standard also, So they also see how much of local material you have used in your process of design and a process of construction. That is because, so if you get the material from outside, how much fuel you would have used, how much time you would have wasted, how much manpower you would have wasted. So those kind of things they see. And there are many places what they do is they use whichever material is left out from the other site and they use it here. That is called reuse. Those kind of things also, you can create beautiful patterns, you can create beautiful concepts, and you can use it in your designs. So it could be wood, it could be stone, it could be, wall cladding, wall paneling, anything. So those kind of, it could be fabric. So it should have local connect, local touches to be incorporated in the design that will echo the vibe of the city. This can include murals, artwork, food, of course, like that depends on the kind of area you have. So look at this kind of concept. So they have used this metal and they have used it for the reception table. So these are all vessels actually, and the kind of, so this they have used their local craftsmen, they have done that. And for example, if I have a very important meeting with a very important client, I can't sit in one place where there is lot of noise or where there is lot of disturbance. I need to go, I need a place which is, where I can focus. So this is, we can give high focus zones. And there are many things, many apps and all, where the companies provide, where you can select, okay, I want a high focus zone one. I mean, you can give the room numbers and you can have it, and you can use those places, and the others will also know that, okay, like this person is using and I'll be in the queue. And of course, the furniture, it has to be ergonomically good. If I sit on a chair for a longer time, and if I'm getting backache, if I'm not able to concentrate on my work, then there is some problem with the furniture. And why I should spoil my health because of a furniture? So to retain employees, in such kind of things, employers, they think, okay, like we should have ergonomic. So they test, they see, okay, like this. So that is the reason the standard height of the table is 900. And so everything is like, there is, everything is standardized. And the chairs also, if you see like the manufacturers, they specify, first they specify it is ergonomically good. And they like, if you ask them, they will explain you also why it is good. So you should be able to lift it up, you should be able to lift it down, you should be able to put your backrest properly as per your convenience. So this is about chair, but there are other things, other furniture also, which has to be ergonomically good. And some interesting transitional areas could be created within workspace. For example, like if I have a workstation area and I have a passage, so I can create some nice kind of pocket for sitting or some relaxation. I can add some greenery to that, where I have a breathtaking view, and I can have some nice small pantry, or some breakout zone kind of thing. So now, like cafes at terrace makes inviting and provides a breakout space. The landscape could be worked along with to provide seating that could be conducive for informal discussions and meetings. So I can discuss, for example, if my if my subordinate wants to has some problem, or has some concern, if I want to discuss, so that person, I can take my person to one space where he feels comfortable, okay, like he can share his concerns with me. So those kind of things. And this could be some breakout zone where you can have some nice TV and you can discuss with your colleagues, you can have some snacks and some kind of thing. And my 15th point is going to be like we have to introduce biophilic concept, and it has to be, it should be a must, which has to be integrated in the design. Because what happens, what is biophilic? It is like adding green element, adding greenery to your design, and which gives a very soothing kind of effect, and it invites the nature to come inside your office space. And the use of natural texture and some nice related colors, which makes the space more related to the nature. And if I have some open to sky areas, that I would be very happy with that, because that creates very healthier atmosphere in form of natural lighting and ventilation. And like nowadays lobbies also, like we don't make only the reception table and the seating area. We have lot of other amenities inside the lobby areas, where we integrate some nice cafes, some bookshelves, so that it is not only for sitting, it is for interaction. You can have the interaction with your visitor, or you can interact with your colleague there. So it is not going to be that boring kind of space anymore. Okay. So my 16th point is like it is amenities and public interaction spaces that can be at split levels, which create different kind of volumes. And see here you can have like what I was thinking, like in any office we can have a small area where the entire office design or office about the entire office we can display. So it could be like a experience zone for the office, where you come here, you click on this button. For example, if you have a Microsoft Office, I click on Microsoft, this is on this floor, and so it could be displayed here. So we can have nice LED walls, and which will be really good. And if some tenant wants to occupy the space also, they know exactly, like they can explain there what exactly the amenities or other tenants they have occupied the space. And these kind of seatings, it is actually very useful, because you can use it as an amphitheater. It could be indoor, outdoor, and you can have your programs here. So in many offices actually, like they create this for their office interaction, and they have their events. They call some people from outside. So those kind of things they use these multi-purpose areas for. And of course, like when I talk about displays and signages, it has to be interactive. So we can have, so I'll start with this. When I enter an office, I should not get lost. I should have a very nice space where wherever I want to go, if I click on that, it will show me the direction. So that is very easy for me to get the navigation, and I will not be lost. And I don't have to ask anyone also. So, and these kind of displays, we could have it on the ceiling, we could have it on the wall with a light, with some nice concept. And again, these kind of things also, it has to merge with our complete interiors. And there are many displays where, which is actually related to fragrance, which is related to touch. So I could use those kind of elements also in my design. Okay, so how do I use smart technology in my space? So you would have heard about this robotic butlers. So I just give order, and I don't need a manpower for this. So it comes with whatever requirement I have. These kind of things, we can make it to look smart, and people should be happy to talk about, okay, like, that is very smart. That office is really good. I was talking to a robot. And the designs to reflect the city not only in its present, but also it has to be futuristic. And the orientation of any design object, whichever object I put, or whichever object it has to be like crafted in such a way that it matches with the surrounding. So it has to be in the harmony. It should not be like, I have not, if I keep a small, for example, a small statue piece, or one chair also, I should know why I'm putting that. If someone is saying, why have you put it there? I should be able to explain that. So there has to be a reason for that. Any object, it's a very small thing, but then, like, yeah, we have many things many elements in our office design. So we have to take those kind of things into consideration. And office space, of course, it has a cafeteria that we used to call it as cafeteria, canteen, and all. So now we can use different jargons, different names, so that it is very catchy. So we can have some nice dining space which could be curated, and like, for example, we can have some once in a while we can have some celebrity chef come in, and so that that person can demonstrate. So employees, they go there, they take inspiration, people, because many people, they have cooking as their hobby, so they can interact with those people. So it could have some nice street concepts. And definitely in a office space, I would like to have a space where I can take a selfie and I can put it on the Instagram. It has to be really eye catchy, and the design has to be totally unconventional. So that is called Instagrammable decor. So we can have a space where we can utilize that for. So that could be anything. That could be an artwork. That could be some design feature. So it could be anything. So this is actually like we can integrate art and culture within the office. So before I go to this slide, actually, like in Instagram office, let me see if I have a picture of that. So there they have done it in such a way that people go there, and like it's not, and they have created one space where they can take the selfies or pictures, and they can post it on their social medias. And we can integrate art and culture in the office premises, so that it invites it has the city style, and it has the culture of whatever, wherever we are building it. And it could be like art science exhibits, it could be like interactive art. And okay, so now we come to a 22nd point, where we have uh, where we say, okay, a healthy body and healthy mind is everything. So if I in my office space, if I have little wellness space, a state of art, spa and yoga studio, where I would be keen. I mean, it would be really good. So that uh, so it is actually why it is required, because the employees, they will have opportunity to relax and reboot body and mind. So it could supercharge your recovery. And so there are some therapy sessions we can, I mean, it could be arranged, where people, the employees, they feel connected and they feel really good. And there could be some sleeping pods in the office premises. I mean, it is not for anyone to sleep throughout the day, because they will be keeping a track of that. But then, yeah, they create a sleeping pod where you have a lot of work, and where you want to relax for some time. Okay, so this is that Instagram office space which I was talking about. So this space they have created, this is in US, they have created, and they can, people can go and click their photos and put it on the social media. Okay, and we can have a small space where we can have a celebrity meet and greet kiosk, which could provide for if you have a small space where you can invite Kareena Kapoor, or like whoever are the latest celebrities, and you can click photo with, not every time, but yeah, once in a while in some occasion and all. So it is that's the kind of space we can have. So these offices are not designed for the present. We should think of how to attract outsiders also. It is not only for inside employees. People from outside also should be able to come, and they should help the person to generate, the owner to generate the revenue also. And we can have a nice a private rooftop or a multi-purpose event venue, which could be dedicated for launches. There could be magazine launch, there could be some like watch launch, car launch, and there should be some bespoke dining experiences, of course, art and fashion. There could be, if there is a multi-purpose room, they could have some concerts also. They can call some nice singer, some good singer to for some nice concert. And maybe, like, if it is possible, they could have some nice movie premieres, film screenings, and some charity events. So there are, and there are many places in fact, in the lobby, they create one space for donation also. For example, like if you can donate your books, you can donate your clothes. So nowadays, many people, they tie up with a lot of NGOs, and they keep these kind of kiosks at the lobby itself, so that people know, okay, like we are also a part of the society. And we can create a little VIP area so that people who are elite clients, or they don't feel I mean, they feel nice about whatever, like however they are being treated. And there could be some Uber kiosks, there could be Ola kiosks. So that there could be, like in airport also, you would have seen there is Uber zone, Ola zone. So in offices also we can have those kind of concepts where all the taxis, all the cab owners, they should not come to one particular place and unnecessarily make it chaotic. We should have different kind of zones for different areas. There should be private areas, private for private vehicles. So those kind of things we should plan. So this is actually a photography studio. Why I have taken this photo, because see, they have how they have composed it within frames. This is going to be very interesting. So whenever we have a design, we compose. That composition also matters actually. So they have taken the light fixtures and these frames also into that form, and they have created it here. This is another space where they have created the lighting space. It's very simple, but then the kind of veneer paneling they have done, the ceiling they have done, they have integrated everything. Usually people they don't prefer red and such kind of bright colors in any of the designs, but then when we use it, when we know why we are using it and how we are using it, we know the difference. So it looks really good when you see this. So it could be achieved with a material like metal, wood, so any kind of like element you can take and you can utilize that. So in why I took this picture, see, it is a perfect balance of looks and function. The kind of form they have used, it is really good. Okay. So Senthil, can we have other 5 question and answers now? Okay, which of the following light sources used in wall washing is the least cost efficient to operate? Okay, so I'm going to tell the answer for the question that to be incandescent. So LED, actually, it is the most cost efficient light. So I don't know why we have gone wrong here. Next one is 7th. A restaurant wants to have a buffet line, but the space is not very large. What is the minimum clear space required for the aisle and yet allow accessibility? So it's actually 36 inches, but then for wheelchair, it is 42 inches. So when we, always you should remember when there is like we have a lot of space. So from table to table, the distance should be 1500, that is 5 feet. And so in case we don't have that, sometimes actually what happens, like we can squeeze it. It is not too much. Then does the corner office make CEOs more or less isolated from their workforce? It is more isolated. So nowadays, like gone are those days where CEOs, they need a cabin. They just need a space to sit along with their colleagues. I mean, that hierarchy and all, it is nowadays in open office plans, people don't even think. because they feel more isolated when they sit in one cabin. What is the ideal seated position? So the answer is head up with eyes focused on upper third of your computer screen. So that is the most ideal position. And what percentage of people said they would turn down a job offer if they didn't like the office? It is actually 81%. I mean, it is quite surprising, but then it is 81%. That is because people first they see the office space, they feel connected about it, then they take up their job. This is actually the irony. So as an architect, we have to design the office spaces in such a way that we welcome the new joinees. Okay, so now there are plenty of material which are available. So as I said earlier, we are spoiled for material choices. We can use anything and everything. We can customize, we can use it. So we can use like different kind of material for walls, ceiling, floor, for upholstery, for bought out for furniture, anything we can use actually. I want to stop sharing the poll, Senthil. Okay, so we can use innovative acoustical ceiling solutions. So these are all very simple kind of things, but then nowadays the false ceiling vendors, they can come up with like different forms. You can give them a curved kind of surface for a rectangular thing. They can do that also. So they can come up with different kind of solutions, and we can use different material also in for our acoustical ceilings. And we can innovate with our paint colors also. There are many paints which are available in the market. We can do that. And for acoustical walls, we can have wooden paneling, we can have fabric paneling. We can use a combination of both. We can integrate lights, we can integrate a little bit metal, those kind of things also we can use it, and we can put it for the walls. And there are different kind of patterns which you can generate. These are all very simple ones, but we can do whichever is matching our theme and our ideas and the concept of that particular office, and we can have that. Lighting also, we can innovate. We can have nice ambient light. We can have focus lights. We can have reading lights. So we can use different kind of lighting arrangement to enhance our interior space. And apart from having colors on the walls, floor, ceiling, we can add different kind of bright colors for on our like for our furniture also, where we can highlight those couple of areas. We can showcase our artwork also. It has to match with our design theme. It should not be out of the place. So where for example in this area we can have such kind of things. We can make it rotate. We can have some lights fall into that. So for example, if I'm passing through that, the light falls, and if I'm coming out, the light goes up. So like that kind of thing also we can have. So we can customize those things also, which is those are called intelligent lightings. So we can integrate with our designs, and we can have that. And we can incorporate as much natural material as possible in our designs. So now we had this Q&A session, what we had this 5 ones. Okay, so here I'm going to take you through one project which is in JP Nagar. So this was the requirement which was given to me. So this is G+3 building, and they wanted 508 workstations, team leaders 103, and they wanted these many meeting rooms, 10 packs meeting rooms, this many 4 packs meeting rooms, this many, and one board room. So this was a requirement which was given to me. And I'll just explain you what kind of things I have incorporated here. So so this was the entry. So when I entered here, I wanted to make make this reception lobby very sophisticated, and it had to speak about the client's culture, the client's office culture, and it should be unique. So that is what the client also told me. And here I have created one nice pantry. So what I have done is here I have used a lot of marble because it gives a lot of sophisticated look. And I'll show you some images also. Then in this pocket, I created one very nice bright pantry area. And these three were the lifts, but these were the capsule lifts. So everything was made up of glass. So when you go up, you can see the reception area. So the view was very good. And when I entered here, so this was one area, workstation area, and this was another one. But then later the client wanted to have some nice telephone booths here. So we have created some nice telephone booths here. And when you enter here, you have these workstations. And these are some areas here and here where we had created some pockets with high standing stools, where people could stand with high standing benches with high stools. People could stand and talk, and they could discuss their agenda there. And these were the 10 packs meeting rooms, and these are the 4 packs meeting rooms. So if you see here, the natural light is coming from here. Nothing was obstructed. So everyone was getting natural light. So similar goes here. And they wanted a classroom also here, so which I had given. And there are some locker rooms and all. And this is the first floor plan. And they wanted a gym area also. They wanted a cafeteria. So what we did was this 10 packs meeting room I had created in such a way that it is acoustically fine. I had given some nice acoustical paneling here with some nice veneer because they wanted it to look very elegant and grand. And they wanted very subtle colors, but at the same time, it has to be very attractive. So we had created this way, and the carpets also we had customized and we had put. And this was the classroom where we had given like lot of punchers and also that the lights were arranged very nicely. So these were the things which we were created. And to add to the color theme, like I had put some nice vibrant colors for each floor. I gave different color themes and all. Even the wallpapers also I had customized so that it matched with the complete interior decor. And like one floor I used green, the other floor I used orange. So here I had used green, and I had made this comfortable kind of 4-seater meeting space. And there was one small space. This was like informal area for collaborative area, you can call. So here I had used like glassy kind of glassy like flooring, and it was one step up, and it was a segregated area. So like when you talk about today's scenario for this corona and all, so these kind of offices actually like you will feel happy to go for. You will not feel like, okay, like the next person is only this much away from me and all. You have lot of space. You have to create that kind of spaces so that you can sit here or the other person can sit there, and at the same time you can do your work also. So I mean we never planned, okay, this COVID will happen, but then this office designs and all, it was very futuristic, so that people still they have a lot of space they can use for, and they don't feel, okay, I have to really go to the office during this time. And this reception area I have created, so there was very nice sense of arrival. When you enter, you feel really good. And I got the privilege to use a lot of good and expensive material. So here I have used, this is like a semi-precious stone with a nice indirect light. And the back side I have given marble with some nice inlay work and all. So these were the capsule lifts which I was talking about. And even on the marble also, I have given a lot of inlay work on the periphery. And the seatings were arranged in such a way that it was not obstructing the flow of the employees or the clients. So these were the things which I thought I'll share with you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And now we have a few questions from our participants. And yeah, we would like to ask. And the questions are, what color concept is right for the office space, like monochromatic or contrast?
See, that depends on the kind of architecture also. You can have contrast also. You can use some nice bright colors for the office, and monochromatic also looks good when you give some a little bit, tinge of some other vibrant color. So that is also fine actually. Both you can use it depending on the kind of office scenario.
Okay. And what are the different kinds of consultants are required in interior, and how important is the structural consultant?
Okay, so for interior design, we need HVAC consultant, we need structural consultant, of course, because for example, when you calculate the occupancy load, you should know what kind of load that particular slab is going to take. So that is, so structural consultant is definitely required, and where are the columns coming, where are the beams, where is the lintel, those kind of things, definitely structural consultant will help you to give inputs on. And apart from HVAC, MEP, so those kind of consultants are actually required. Fire consultant, lighting consultant. These are the consultants which are required.
Okay. Okay. And ma'am, what will be the suggestion for a small office design? Small space.
Okay, for small space to make it look really big, you can use lot of glass, lot of mirrors, lot of
Okay.
some nice vibrant colors, and you can put the requirement in place that way. And you
Okay.
can use lot of ambient lights so that it looks really colorful and nice.
Okay. One more question, ma'am. With the different types of work zones with informal sitting coming in a norm in office spaces, are there any ergonomic studies done to ensure that they suit long working hours?
Yeah, that's what I said. So for see, when you are not able to sit at your desk for a longer time, so there is a standing desk. You can go and work there. So we have to create different kind of pockets depending on the kind of requirement, and then we can use it. So all these things are based on the ergonomic standards only.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the answers. And now I would like to call upon our principal, Dr. Ganesh Babu, sir, to speak few words.
Thank you, Tapasya, for a very, very colorful presentation. You could see, of course, a lot of white and vibrant colors in your design.
Yeah,
of course, doing interiors is a very big challenge because there are a lot of consultants involved. It's not an easy job.
Yeah.
What we see as a finished product is beautiful in terms of color, lighting, texture, the feel of the AC, and so the ambience of the place.
Yeah.
But I think you can list out at least 20 consultants, and I really don't know how you manage these 20 consultants.
Yeah, true.
Getting the acoustics out of it, the lighting ambience out of it. It's wonderful what you have shown, and it was really informative and educative. So, in fact, I would like to state that we have very good participation today. We have almost 260 participants viewing your presentation. And I would like to thank all the participants who have taken their time out from their schedule. Of course, now it's a busy schedule because the lockdown has opened up, lock open has happened, and people have started moving about. With all that, we have a lot of, delegates for the last 1 hour with us. I thank each and every one of y'all for taking your time off.
Sure.
With this, I think I should wind up with the session. It was an excellent session. Thank you, Tapasya, and thanks all the delegates, all the participants. And I would like to invite you all again for tomorrow's session, which is again going to be a very interesting session. Please join us tomorrow at the same time. And thank you all. Over to Jyoti.
Thank you, sir. A very special thanks to our guest speaker, Architect Tapasya Das, for showing such a tremendous presentation and enlightening us with the futuristic approach of commercial interior spaces. And I thank our webinar coordinator, Architect Senthil sir, and broadcast coordinator, Architect Harshita, for evincing interest in covering the event. I thank our principal sir, Dr. Ganesh Babu, for his unstinted support for this session. I thank to the management of AAAD for extending their support for our endeavors. And I thank all the guests, delegates, distinguished invitees present here, accepting our invitation. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Tapasya.
Thank you. Thank you.